I think I'm good. Okay, I think I'm back. I apologize. I apparently had some audio issues and I didn't even know. Um, Apparently I was having audio issues for a little bit. I apologize, but I'm back now. Okay, to catch up, it was great at bat from great at bat by Young. That's the place where the ball will carry, and the ball definitely carried very well there. That's the place where the ball will carry. So that was a great at bat by Young. Great at bat by Carter as well to get the single, and then the three at bats after that weren't really great from the last three. Josh Smith was close to getting a double, but it was three kind of daddy hacks. Again, runners are always on for the bottom of the lineup. It comes down to the bottom lineup to come through in the big spots. But nice homer by Carter. Apologize. Let me just try to get some things set up again. Jack Leiter's back up. Takes a pitch up for ball one to Henry Davis. You think Henry Davis, if he just challenges that call, it's a tie game. That inning. 1-0. It's a fastball down the middle. Again, hit hard, but straight up in the air. Nice pitch by Leiter. Apologize. Let me just try to get some things set up. O'Neal Cruz is up now. Takes a nice fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Fastball in. Let me just try to get this stuff set up again because I think 1-1 now to O'Neal Cruz. Nice pitch. That was a slider on the inside part of the plate that he got a swing and miss on. I think 1-2 is a pitch low. All right. Nice pitch, changeup at the bottom of the zone for strike three. I think it was a challenge. I'd be honest, I wasn't looking right there. A changeup that hits the bottom of the zone. Perfect pitch from Jack Leiter. And we got 2 outs, 2 quick outs. Leiter's attacking the zone nicely. I apologize for the audio issues. I did not realize that was happening. I don't even know how long that was going on for. Need to be more aware of that. Okay, first pitch to Brandon Lau. Change up a little bit up. 1-0. One 0 to Brandon Lau, and another changeup. He needs to get that down. He's left it up. 2-0 to Brandon Lau. I would honestly throw a curveball here. I would not give him a 2-0 fastball. I feel like that's what he eats for lunch. 2-0. And he did get a fastball, but it was a perfect fastball from Leiter up. And that's where he needs to live with that fastball. If he lives with that fastball up, he's in a good spot. Top of the zone. I think probably just goes back with it if he can hit it at the top of the zone. Another fastball. Great pitch from Leiter. 2-2 now. He's made back-to-back 2 pitches after falling behind 2-0. Alright. Okay, I'm good with the audio. We're good. 2-2 now to Brandon Lau. And wow, that was a really good changeup at the bottom of the zone. And then Lau fouls it off. 2-2 now to Brandon Lau. Maybe he breaks a cutter here in on the hands, or one of those sliders in on the hands. I'd like to see that. 2-2. And goes with the fastball. Great foul off from Brandon Lau. Bumped that up to 98. That was a great foul off. I'd wonder if he goes with the cutter or slider in on the hands to try to get a chase. 2-2. He does go with the slider, but he left it in the middle of the plate, and Lau fouls it off again. He's putting together a really good at bat, Brandon Lau is. Brandon Lau kills the Rangers. I think he hit a homer off Rocker last time, or was it Tyler Mahle? It was either Rocker or Mahle that Brandon Lau hit a homer off of last year in this ballpark. 7 pitch at bat. 2-2. Wow, that was a really good pitch, really good take. Brandon Lau is putting together a hell of an at bat. I think you just got to try to get him with the fastball up. 3-2. And another fastball up, man. Oh, no, that was not a fastball. That was a changeup. I think if you go fastball, you could have got him there. But a changeup that's left up in the zone. Leiter does do that here and there. 3-2 now. Three and 2. Another fastball, another foul off. Brandon Lau is putting together a hell of an at bat. Leiter's made good pitches, and he's still fouling them off for taking them. This is a great at bat. 3-2. 3-2. Wow, that was a great pitch. A cutter in on the hands, gets the swing and miss. That was a great way to stay in that at bat from Leiter. Go bottom 3, Rangers up 2-1. Oh yeah, basically, I had audio issues in the bottom of the second when Young went deep, but basically, I thought, yeah, that part of the park, that right field, is a place where it does carry, and Young hit it hard in that direction, and it's gonna fly there. That's the one spot that the ball will go, and Young has been just super locked in. I thought he flared. I thought that went foul. I did not even know where that was going. And nice job by Young. And then Evan Carter got a nice single, stole a base, but then the 3 at-bats after were not great. Josh Young's on fire, bruh. It's awesome to see. As a reminder, when he was locked in, like in 2023, one of the more productive players. Okay, 0-1 to Brandon Nimmo now. Takes a ball up, 1-1. Maybe that's the goal for this team now. Get runners on for Josh Young. Honestly, there's no one you trust more with runners on right now. Fastball out, 2-1 from Brandon Nimmo. I feel like if the rest of the lineup can come through a little bit, it'll take some of the pressure off the hands of Nimmo. I feel like he has been chasing a little bit and pressing. That ball's popped up. It looks like Henry Davis is going to be able to catch that, and he does. I just feel like if the rest of this Rangers lineup can provide a little bit, that the weight on Nimmo's shoulders will go a little bit. And then hopefully he can take his at-bats. Because I feel like he has been pressing a little bit at times. And Seager hits that hard butt right at a fielder, and it's 4 pitches, 5 outs. And that's what Seager needs to lock back in, man. You hope it's soon. Usually he hits that harder and it's a double easily. I know it went right at the first baseman and he hit it hard, but he usually hits that harder and that's down the line for a double when he's locked in. Got 2 quick outs now for Jake Berger. Takes a slider away, ball 1. This is a good inning for Ashcraft. Rangers worked some at-bats in the previous inning, but he's come back. He's sit down 2 really quickly. Man, that... tunnel those 2, pitching ninja. I mean, they were both balls, so it doesn't matter, but the sinker and the slider together, it mixes perfectly. 2-0, and that's a nice pitch. Slider on the outside part of the plate. 2-1 now. To Jake Berger. And wow, that moves so much. That sinker moves so much. He's showing off how good his stuff is. 2-2 now to Berger. Let's see what he goes with here. Another sinker. Berger hits it off the handle, and that's 3 outs. Not a great inning from the offense there. Some nasty stuff from Ashcraft, but you still want to work some at-bats. The goal again is to get him out after the 5th inning. I don't know if the Rangers can do that now. He's had 40 pitches through 3 innings. Lively just needs to keep doing what he's doing, man. Keep attacking hitters. He is getting to Brandon Lau or Brian Reynolds and Marcelo Zuna now, who both got the hits in the first inning. Let's see if Leiter attacks him differently. All right. First pitch from Leiter to Brian Reynolds is a painted 96 on the outside part of the play for strike one. Really good pitch there. 0-1 to Reynolds. Nice slider there on the inside part of the plate. Two really good pitches there. Fastball on the outside, slider on the inside, that mixed perfectly. 0-2 now. Goes with the changeup, try to bury it. No, he goes with the curveball. I don't know if he wanted that to land into the middle of the zone, but Reynolds was not expecting it. I think he was expecting a fastball up, but he's able to foul it off. 0-2. Goes with the fastball. Nice foul off from Reynolds. Fastball in on the hands. Pirates starting to do better at working at bats here. 0-2 to Brian Reynolds. And another slider hit in the air, and that's going to go foul. I don't know if Leiter is intentionally trying to put those in the zone. I think he wants to get a chase here. I'm surprised he hasn't gone with the changeup low. Oh and 2. And there's the changeup. Or no, that wasn't. That was a slider. He spiked in the dirt. I thought it was a changeup because usually he spikes changeups. 1-2 now to Leiter. One and 2. He goes with a changeup, tapped foul. Pirates are doing well battling here. Leiter's made some good pitches. That's another 7-pitch at bat. He had like a 11-pitch at bat in the previous inning. One and 2. He goes with the slider, grid take, 2-2 now. Does he go fastball up? I don't know if Leiter wants to give Reynolds a fastball after what he did in the first inning. 2-2. He does go with the fastball. Is that going to be flared foul? Young's running. And he does get it. Nice play by Young. Just barely stays in the park. Barely stays in play. So, 1 out now. That was a nice play by Young. He had to run a long way for that. Did a really nice job there. And a nice battle by Leiter. Lau and Reynolds have put two really good at-bats together. Here's Ozuna. Fastball down the middle. Ozuna flies that into right field. Leiter needed a first pitch out there, and he got one. That's great. 2 outs now for Nick Gonzalez, I believe. No, it's not. It's Ryan O'Hearn. Okay, so we got 2 outs. Ryan O'Hearn up. And first pitch, fastball at the top of the zone. Didn't get the call there. It looked high on the screen, and then, yeah, it ended up clipping the zone, so you can understand not challenging that one. Although it did look like it caught a lot of the plate. 1-1 to O'Hearn. Nice slider, but taken for ball 2. 2-0 now to O'Hearn. Did he come at it with the fastball here, or do you assume? And he does. It's a little bit out. 3-0. Leiter needs to find the zone here. No reason to walk anyone. Go fastball down the middle. O'Hearn did swing fastball down the middle in Game 1 against Rocker. So let's see what he does. 3-0. Goes fastball, bottom of the zone. That's the strike. O'Hearn thought it was ball 4, but didn't challenge it. Again, when it's 3-0, that was a strike. But when it's 3-0, you can just throw it wherever you want, just like near the zone, and it's going to get called as a strike, like majority of the time. 3-1 now. He goes with a nice slider, backdoor slider, to get strike two. That was a really nice backdoor slider. 3-2 now to O'Hearn. What pitch does he go with here? Maybe fastball again? Changeup if he feels like he has it. 3-2, nice slider, but nice foul off. Yeah, these Pirates hitters are having some nice battles here. Props to them. And Leiter's also battling. 3-2 to O'Hearn. Does he go with the breaking ball again? 3-2, and that's a changeup, not really close. And that's ball four, unfortunately. Don't love the walk there. Obviously, that first pitch was a strike, but he didn't get the call on it. So that's unfortunate. First pitch to Nick Gonzalez is a slider right down the middle. Oh and 1 to Nick Gonzalez. That's a fastball, bottom of the zone. Seager's going to field that and shovel to second. Nice job by Leiter to work around some controversy. Work around mainly some good at-bats that the Pirates have been taking these last 2 innings, and he's done a really nice job because the Pirates have put together some really good at-bats. He's done a nice job to battle. Props to him. Rangers still up 2-1 going into the bottom of the fourth. Rangers definitely have a tough task with this Ashcraft guy is nasty. Nice that Young got those runs. You love those. But he's all 40 pitches through 30 innings, so Rangers need to do some work here to work his count. They had a chance there in the second inning, and then it was after the Evan Carter single, it was 3 not really great at bats. All right, John Peterson's up. And first pitch slider. Peterson has not looked comfortable against Ashcraft's slider at all. But so swings through strike one. I wouldn't be surprised if Ashcraft goes to that again. You got 0-1. And a fastball a little bit out. Or that was a splitter. First time Ashcraft's broken out the splitter. I believe this year he's only thrown that 4% of the time. I think he fastball sinker. Yeah, that's... Never mind. 1-1. And he breaks out a curveball that doesn't get the zone. 2-1. Two and 1 to Jock Peterson. And that's a curveball bounced in the dirt now. Looks like that throwing that splitter is maybe throwing Ashcraft off in this at bat after he got a quick first strike. Does he go fastball here? I'm sure Peterson would take a hack if it's a fastball here. But I think maybe he'd break out a slider, one of those hard sliders. 3-1. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Peterson does not swing. 3-2 now. That was a nasty fastball on the inside. 3-2, what does he come with? He's going to go with the slider down. And Peterson, got to give him credit, man. He has a good eye. He's been taking his walks. And, like, when you want team at-bats and he's been taking his walks like that, it's fair enough. He has been taking his walks. Josh Young now. That's going to be 2. Fastball hit right into the ground. That should be a double play, and it is. Young's had great at-bats, but that isn't great. Got a first pitch fastball and then did not hit that well. Just straight into the ground. 74 off the bat. That wasn't a great at-bat after the walk. We got Evan Carter up now. Takes a fastball at the top of the zone. Strike 1. Oh, 1. Slider in the dirt. 1-1 now to Evan Carter. The double play isn't ideal because he had a chance to work an at bat and have some good innings, good time to work the count there, or work his Ashcraft's pitch count. 1-1 is a slider low. 2-1 now. Two and 1 to Evan Carter. And gets a fastball down the middle. Is a little bit late on it. It fouls it off. He was a little bit late on that one for sure. I wasn't fully here to see his first AB, so I don't really know what pitch he got the single on. 2-2 now to Carter, and a nice curveball from Ashcraft, and still a 2-1 going into top of the 5th. Rangers had a good chance to score there, and then Young kind of hit into a double play. Not a good chance to score, just good chance to raise Ashcraft's pitch count, and then the first pitch double play is not great. Let me see what pitch Evan Carter got his first hit on. It was a sinker down the middle, so he got another sinker down the middle, but was just late on it, which isn't amazing. Right, Rangers up 2-1 going into the top of the 5th. Still a very close game. Both starting pitchers have looked really good. The Pirates' last 2 innings has definitely worked Leiter's pitch count a little bit, but it's still in an okay spot. Spencer Horwitz up first, bottom of the lineup for the Pirates. Here's Spencer Horwitz First pitch from Leiter is fastball a little bit out, ball one. 1-0 to Horwitz. Need to see some attack. Still, same thing applies. Attack the zone. Make the hitters earn their way on. 1-0, fastball down the middle, fouled off. 1-1 to Horwitz. Let's see what pitch he comes at with him with here. He goes slider. Nice approach from Horwitz. Lines it into center field. Left field for a base hit. A slider. I don't know if Leiter wanted to leave that in the middle of the plate. Again, he's left some sliders in the middle of the plate. I think he wanted to get that in, but it hangs in the middle of the plate. Horwitz with a nice approach lines it into left field, and the Pirates got a base runner. Connor Griffin up now. First pitch slider below the zone, but Griffin swings and misses 0-1. This was the inning that almost got away with Rocker until he got he saved it with Evan Carter's robbery. This inning could have got away from Rocker. So let's see what happens here. Leiter's going to need to make some really good pitches here. 1-1 to Griffin. Fastball. Griffin fouls it off. 1-2. I'd assume Leiter should go with the slider here, but let's see what happens. Or maybe a changeup to get a ground ball. But he was just late on the fastball. You could go fastball up. So he has a lot of options. 1-2. Long hold. 1-2. He did go changeup, and he went there. There's a changeup that went up a little bit. I mean, it was kind of at the top of the zone, a little bit in. I don't know if Leiter wanted it to be there, but it was still effective. I think Griffin did end up going on that swing. So it works as a nice pitch. There's times that Leiter's fastball just kind of work as a slow fastball. And it still kind of gets hitters off balance, so it works. Henry Davis up now. First pitch is a changeup, again left up. He's had a lot of those. Changeups left up and sliders in the heart of the plate. That I'm sure he doesn't really want to do those. 1-0 to Davis. This is a big batter to get out for Leiter. 1-0. Fastball again a little bit up. Needs to find the zone here. Can't walk Davis for sure. You need to find the zone here. I'm sure he's coming at him with the fastball. Fastball down the middle. Davis took a mighty hack at it. I feel like he was just off on it. I wouldn't throw a fastball down the middle again to Davis. I think you may have to switch it up to a changeup or probably slider more than a changeup. Davis looked right on that. Or just go fastball up. 2-1. Another fastball, but he went up. Did exactly what I said. Nice pitch, 2-2 now. Does Leiter go with the changeup or the slider? I wouldn't go changeup. I don't think you should leave it to 3-2. I think maybe go slider here. Try to get a chase. Or maybe just goes with the fastball up again. 2-2. We went with the changeup. I don't know if that's where he wants to locate it. He's left it in all the time. He's on 3-2 now. Needs to throw a strike. I think he's going to go with the fastball here. Just needs to throw a strike here. Walking him would be big danger. 3-2. Goes with the slider. Hit in the air, but it looks like it's going to go foul. It was not a bad pitch. Landed in the strike zone. Davis did a nice job fouling it off. Pirates are doing a nice job working Leiter's counts. That's for sure. Rangers have not done the same for Ashcraft. So that is one thing. It's one thing to be worried about because Ashcraft has nasty stuff. But Leiter needs to get out of this inning. 3-2 to Davis. I think he probably just goes fastball. And, another foul ball. Davis just a nice job to get to that. It was a fastball up. Horwitz bluffed at first. That was a nice job by Davis to foul that off. Leiter made a really good pitch there. I don't even know what you go with here if you're Leiter. I think you just need to throw a strike with something. 3-2. Wow, he went with the slider. It rode up on him. And this is danger for Leiter right here. Davis worked a really good at bat, but I just don't think you can walk him there. I think he needed to throw a pitch down the middle and just let him hit it. This is a scary time now for Leiter, with O'Neal Cruz and Brandon Lau coming up, the two best hitters for the Pirates. He's going to need to make some big time pitches here. O'Neal Cruz here now. Leiter definitely needs to make some big pitches. I've said that like 10 times, but leaving something in the middle could make it 4-2 quickly. First pitch to O'Neal Cruz is a nice changeup on the outside part of the plate. That's the best changeup he's thrown today. Cruz ends up fouling that off. But that was the best changeup that Leiter's thrown today for sure. 0-1. Does he do the same thing, or does he go... I have no idea how you approach this. I think slider in on the hands, maybe? He does go slider in on the hands and gets 0-2. Two really good pitches from Leiter. I wonder if he runs it back with the slider, or does he try to gas him up with the fastball up? I think that might be the move. Gas him up with the fastball. I wouldn't throw anything in the zone here, obviously. 0-2. He's going to go fastball up. Whoa, that ended up in the middle of the plate. Cruz still swung and missed, but that was a dangerous pitch. It still ended up in the middle of the plate. I know Leiter was trying to go up with that. It ends in the middle of the plate, but he still gets the job done. And that's the advantage of having good stuff. He made some really nice pitches there. Brandon Lau now. He just worked an 11 pitch at bat against Leiter in his last at bat. Let's see what he comes at him with here. Nice pitch, a slider in on the hands for strike one. And honestly, maybe you just do that again. He's gotten him on that with that slider in on the hands. He goes changeup down for ball one. That one's just not close enough to swing at. Does he go fastball up or slider in on the hands again? He goes fastball up, gets the chase. Really great pitch. A fastball at the top of the zone. 1-2 now. I think you go slider in on the hands. Or you run it back with the fastball. Or you could go changeup. Again, Leiter has a lot of... When he's ahead of the count, he has a lot of different ways to go. And that's what he has to his advantage. One and two. Goes fastball up, and Brandon Lau fouls it off. Man, Leiter has made some really good pitches to Lau, and he just keeps fouling him off. Props to him. This is a big at-bat. 1-2 to Brandon Lau. Oh, that's a really great approach. He gets a slider in the middle of the plate. Duran's throw is a little bit off there. A strike he probably gets him, to be fair. I thought easily he was going to score. Game's tied. That was a really good approach from Brandon Lau. I think Leiter probably needs to get that in on the hands. That ends up sitting in the middle of the plate. Lau takes a really good approach and just pokes it into left field. Is Duran in left field? I believe he is. I think he could have thrown him out with the perfect strike. Yeah, with the perfect strike, he gets him out, but it wasn't a great throw from Duran. I think he probably had more time than he expected. Dang, that sucks. If Duran makes a great throw, if Leiter gets that more in on the hands, then you have a better shot there. Ball 1 to Brian Reynolds, but he needs to lock in for this next at-bat. Still a big at-bat here. Man, if Duran just makes a strike, that run doesn't score. 1-0. Slider in. 2-0 now. Leiter needs to lock it back in. Man, Leiter just had to get that slider in, and I'm sure he chases, but he just left it in the middle of the plate. Props to Lau, man. He's put together some really good bats. 2-0. And another flare over Berger, and it's going to be 3-2 Pirates. Some great at-bats from the Pirates. You got to get... Oh, that ball gets away from Leiter, and another run is going to score. I don't know what happened there. Was that Brandon Nimmo that made a bad throw? Well, Leiter fell down. He's limping a little bit, so that's scary. It's 4-2 all of a sudden. Things have just really unraveled here. I don't know what happened. Was that a bad throw from Nimmo? And then Leiter just fell down. He's limping. He may have to... I think he has to get taken out. He was making some great pitches, and now things have just fallen to crap. He was making some really, really great pitches, looking so good. He just leaves a slider in the middle of the plate, and now it's 4-2 all of a sudden just like that. And now he looks injured. Within the span of 4 pitches, this game has just gone haywire. I think that was Nimmo from right. Just made a really not great throw. And then Leiter just fell. Yeah, so Nimmo... Okay, he tries to throw it to Berger. Berger can't get the ball. And then Leiter tries to get the ball. He trips. And then another run scores. But I think Leiter stepped on the bats. That's rough. He probably rolled his ankle there. Probably rolled his ankle stepping on the bats. That's unfortunate. He's up on the mound still. Let's see if he's alright. That sucks. It looks like he didn't roll anything. It didn't look like, but he did dang. You just have to hope he's okay at this point. This is a really unfortunate sequence of events for the Rangers. All Leiter had to do is put that slider into Lau, and he probably gets an out. All Duran had to do is throw a strike to Higgy, and they get an out there. And then Nimmo makes a very wild throw, and this inning has unraveled on the Rangers here. It's really unfortunate. Still got one more out to get. Marcelo Zuna up. Ball at the bottom of the zone. Higgy's going to challenge it. I think it does hit the zone, but let's see. It's all relative, so you don't know. And it does hit the zone. Nice challenge by Higgy to get strike one. Man, that is super unlucky. You just go back to... Leiter was making so many good pitches in that sequence of events. And then Reynolds took a really good swing. And then both Lau and Reynolds took really good at-bats. 0-1 pitch is a slider that Ozuna held up on. 1-1. It's gone really unfortunate for the Rangers here. One and one. And a fastball at the bottom of the zone. Nimmo should catch that. And he does. We go bottom five now. Rangers down 4-2. Kind of like, this is kind of similar to how yesterday went. Except if O'Neal Cruz's homer actually went over the fence. That was really unfortunate for Leiter. You go back to Henry Davis walking. And then Brandon Lau, you had him 1-2. You just needed to get that slider in, but he left it in the middle of the plate. Lau took a really nice approach on it. And then it could have been 3-2. And then Nimmo makes a really bad throw. You go back to the Lau single where if Duran throws a strike, that's an out. It was a really unfortunate sequence of events right there. It's very unfortunate. The offense has to come through. That was a disaster of an inning. You could argue that the freaking Lau single shouldn't have scored a run. Because if Duran just throws a strike, he's got a cannon of an arm. If he just throws a strike there, then you would have had an out. The defense shows flaws in that inning. And with the way the Rangers' offense is, having bad defense is something you just can't have. But the Rangers' offense needs to show up. Let's see if they can bounce back against Brandon Ashcraft, who I believe is locked in now. I think he's at like 50 pitches, I believe, or 60 pitches. So he's in a really nice spot. First pitch to Higgy is a fastball down the middle. Ashcraft is going to attack now, so you need to put together some great at bats. Looks like something got in Higgy's eye. Man, if Duran just throws a strike there, that inning was a disaster. That inning was a disaster, no doubt about it. 0-1, curveball low, 1-1 now. Man, if they end up losing this game 4-2, that inning was tough. 1-1 now to Higgy. And a nice slider from Ashcraft, 1-2. We got 1-2 to Higgy. Dang, that inning hurts. 1-2. He's going to go with the slider. Higgy's able to foul it off. Still 1-2 count. We need base runners, man. Need base runners. One and two. He's going to go with the slider. Nice take by Higgy. 2-2 now. And a slider again. Another slider to Higgy. He's throwing him a lot of sliders. Higgy gets a slider in the top of the zone and fouls it off. 2-2 still. He goes to fastball. Higgy hits it hard. Is that going to get down? And it does. Nice job by Higgy. He's going to get a double here. Great at bat by Higgy. He gets a fastball at the bottom of the zone and hit it hard. Really great at bat for Higashioka. Rangers need to cash in this run. Yeah, fastball at the bottom of the zone. Nice job catching up to it. Hit that ball really hard. And O'Neal Cruz couldn't get there. I felt like it was hanging up in the air for a little bit. Sinker first pitch to Josh Smith for strike one. Smith and Duran need to work together here to get a run in. You need a run here. Getting a run here is important. Oh my gosh. That's a fly ball. I don't think Higgy can tag on that. Yeah, he can't. Smith does not do his job. You need to get the runner to third there. You just need to. You just need to you need to do whatever you can to get the runner to third there. You can tell Smith's trying to pull the ball, but didn't do it well. Up to Duran and Nimmo to get this run in. Let's see if they can do it. First pitch to Duran. Chopper in the infield. Nice play by Connor Griffin. Higgy's at third with 2 outs now. Gonna need a really good at-bat from Brandon Nimmo to get this run in. And it's gonna be huge if he can get this run in. Not getting this run in would be really tough after the previous inning. Smith, you gotta get the runner to third. It's just we saw this countlessly in the Seattle series, just how bad their at-bats were with runners on. And Nimmo swings first pitch, fouls it off. 0-1. We need a really good Nimmo at-bat. Just put the bat to ball and flare it into the outfield. We need one of those from him. He's been hitting the ball hard, just not really finding grass so far. 0-1, chases a pitch in. 0-2 to Nimmo. Looking like the Rangers are going to squander a guy on second with nobody out, which sucks. Oh, 2, and he swings and misses. 3 really bad at-bats after the Higgy double. This is the Rangers lineup we're used to seeing again. I ask why the Rangers can't build some consistency. Why can't the Rangers just build some consistency from the previous game? It's just, this team is so inconsistent on all fronts. Both of those innings were just really bad. From the defense to Leiter didn't even make too many bad pitches. Is that the defense, the offense, you had to score that run. You just have to score that run. To not score that run is just really bad. Yeah. Lucky Leiter that didn't roll his ankle on that, because that could have been really bad. Man, leadoff double, nobody out. Again. Those are the things, you need to get the run in there in that inning. You have to get the run in there. And Smith needs to get the runner to third. Smith had some big opportunities yesterday, and he did well. Today, not so much. Just after the inning, like the top of the 5th, that happened. You just need to. You have to get a run in. Rangers are going to the bullpen now. Unsurprisingly, get Leiter off after that inning. After he had to work long innings. Tyler Alexander's in. He's been really good. Hopefully, he can keep this up. Man, those last 2 innings are just so unfortunate. Or just the that whole fifth inning as a whole was just so unfortunate on so many levels. Ryan O'Hearn up. First pitch is a nice cutter from Alexander on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. 0-1 to Ryan O'Hearn. And nice pitch from Alexander, fastball on the inside part of the plate after the cutter away is a nice sequence. 0-2. 0-2 from Alexander. He's going to go fastball up. Really good approach from Ryan O'Hearn. As a fastball up, O'Hearn does a really nice job punching it the other way. You do have to give credit to the Pirates, man. They put together some good at-bats, but on the Rangers side, you look to a few scenarios where things could have gone the other way. That was a great approach from Ryan O'Hearn. First pitch to Gonzalez is a sweeper in the middle of the zone, fouled off. I wonder if that's the pitch Alexander should have thrown to O'Hearn, is that sweeper. (0-1) to Nick Gonzalez. Is a fastball a little bit up. 0-1. 1-1. Or maybe he should have thrown that fastball a little bit higher. That whole fifth inning, the Rangers were in control, and that whole fifth inning was just so bad on all fronts. 1-1. Cutter in. This should be 2. Yeah, it's kind of slow on the exchange, but they do get it? No. The challenge could be worth there. Let's see. I feel like they could have got him at first, but could be wrong. Let's see if Schumacher's going to challenge. No, he's not. So Gonzalez is safe. Seager a little slow on the exchange. I feel like this is pretty routine, but he didn't hit it too hard. Maybe that's a bang-bang play at first. Actually, they weren't too slow. Or maybe too hard on him. Yeah, he's safe at first. Guy on with 1 out for Spencer Horwitz, who started the rally last inning. Runner goes, and I think he's safe. Yeah, nice steal from Horwitz. He goes on a first pitch sweeper from Alexander. I mean, if he throws a fastball there, he can probably get him. But first pitch sweeper. It was an accurate throw from Higgy, but on a first pitch sweeper, it's really tough. Pirates got another runner in scoring position. And 0-2 now on Horwitz as he fouls off a sinker. It feels like this Pirates lineup is it is a lot better from yesterday's Pirates lineup. With the addition of Horwitz and Lau, it is a lot better of a lineup than yesterday. And it's what's made them so good. 0-2, sinker in on the hands, fouled off. We got 0-2. Is he going to go with the sweeper? He's going to go with the changeup and doesn't get the chase. I did think with Leiter's outing being done, I thought he looked really good. Like, I liked that the first inning run. I liked that he was attacking hitters. Honestly, and then that fifth inning, he was attacking hitters the whole way, which you love to see. And then that fifth inning, the walk to Henry Davis is what's going to hurt him. You just never walk the 9-hole hitter. He had to throw a fastball down the middle to Davis there. Walking the 9-hole hitter is what ended up hurting him. And then a lot of things could have gone better for him in that inning. I mean, 1-2 to Lau. You can't throw a slider there. You know that's what he's going to do. He was trying to do that the whole at-bat. You had to throw something inside where he physically could not do that. He missed through that changeup right there. 2-2, another sinker, another foul off from the Pirates, man. They have taken some really great at-bats. And then Leiter trips up. That could have been 3-2. That was just, and then to not score in that last inning is just one of the things, man, that you get frustrated about with this team. You just like guy on second, nobody out. You need to do what you have to do to get that runner in. Horwitz fouls it off his leg, and it looks like he's having some trouble. That's what's frustrating about this team, man. The consistency. Just can't build on the consistency game in and game out. I actually think Leiter looked pretty good. I think it's unfortunate that his line had to end up in that way. I think it's mainly on that. The walk to Davis is the most frustrating thing from his outing. I would say is the walk to Henry Davis there. Also, Duran could have thrown him out at home. So many things in that fifth inning were just so unlucky. Or not unlucky, just the Rangers being dumb. 2-2 now to Alexander. Nice pitch. Fastball in. Gets the out. Guy on third. 2 outs now. For Connor Griffin. This out is a big out. And a sweeper a little bit up from Tyler Alexander for ball 1. One 0 to Griffin. And he takes a cutter inside, 2-0 to Connor Griffin. You don't want to put more base runners on, that's for sure. 2-0 to Griffin. There's a scary pitch here. Goes with the changeup. Alexander, I don't think on purpose is he hasn't really pitched anything close to Griffin here. 3-0 and comes at him with the fastball down the middle, taken. 3-1 now. Three and 1 to Connor Griffin. Ooh, he just hit that foul. That was so close to being fair. That was inches away from being fair. He barely missed that foul. Rangers catch a break there. That starts... Oh, wait. That is foul. Is it where it crossed the base? Or does it have to cross the base fair? I don't know. But that's probably not the right rule then. 3-2. He hit that hard, but he didn't hit it hard enough on the bat. So 3 outs. Nice job by Alexander to work through that inning. 4-2 going into the bottom of the 6th. Gonna need the Rangers to string some good at-bats here. This is the one that you have to battle to get a win. Nimmo's had an off day today for sure. In the field and at the plate, which is unfortunate. but need to scratch it all and put together some good at bats here. I think Ashcraft is still in a good spot with his pitch count. Man, you had to score in that last inning. That whole fifth inning was just really crappy. I'm not too worried about Leiter, though. I think he pitched well. I think Leiter threw a lot of pitches in that fifth inning, but you got to give credit to the Pirates, man. They are putting together really good at bats. Duran could have thrown out Horwitz there. Dang. First pitch to Seager from Brandon Ashcraft is a sinker at the bottom of the zone. Ashcraft's pitch count is in a good spot. He's looked really nasty, but Rangers should have scored in that last inning. 0-1 is another sinker on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 now. Or that was a ball, sorry. Inside part of the plate. 1-1 to Seager, and a sinker down now. 2-1. Two and one to Corey Seager. And a slider a little bit out, 3-1. Does he come at him with the fastball here? I don't know. Let's see. He does. Seager puts a good swing on it, but it's going to carry right to the left fielder. Didn't hit it too hard. That was a fastball out. It would have been ball 4, but Seager hacks. 1 out. And this is going to be one of those games in it that we look at the end of the day. They're going to lose. We think they should have won. So many of these type of games. First pitch to Burger's a sinker in on the hands that he swings and misses on. Just can't build any consistency. 0-1 to Burger. Another fastball swing and miss, 0-2. Burger's in one of those stages where he doesn't look comfortable at the plate. He's had those stages. I think he's going to go slider here. Oh, 2 goes with the slider. It hangs up. Burger swings and misses. 2 outs. It's one of those games, man. You're just gonna point to like these couple circumstances, and that's why they lose the game. And then the momentum's not on their side, and they had a chance to score a run in that bottom of the fifth, and that was their shot. First pitch to Peterson's a curveball in the zone for strike 1. Oh, 1 to Peterson is a ground ball right to second. Really easy inning for Ashcraft, and looks like he's going to go out for the 7th now. They had a really good game yesterday, and we're like, can you carry it for another couple games? That's what you hope for. And they just can't do that. They keep having good games and then bad games right after. They just cannot have any consistency early on in the season. Obviously, them hanging around 500 is something you expect, and it's not the end of the world to be hanging around 500 this early in the season. But you just want to see them have some sort of consistency. I mean, they had a W4, right, at the at the beginning of the season. The last 2 games against Philly, and then the first 2 games against the last 2 games against Philly, and then the first 2 games against the Orioles. They put off a W4. But since after that, they got a W3 against the Mariners, and then it's just been W2, and I don't know. It's just weird that this team just. You go back to last year for the last 4 months of the season, the team can't build any consistency. They just can't build any sort of consistency. They're still in this game. Alexander's back out for the 7th, throws the first pitch strike. Man, you had to score in the bottom of the 5th. Durand makes a good throw. If Nimmo doesn't throw the ball away, it's frustrating. It's frustrating innings like that. I wasn't too mad after the first inning because you just prefer innings where you just get hit. And then, when bad defense comes into play and when you're not taking professional at-bats, it's just annoying to watch. 1-1, changeup by Alexander. Fouled off, 1-2 now. Nice changeup from Alexander. And again, I say this again, the Pirates have put together really good at-bats, so you have to give credit as well. But, man, looking back on that inning, could have the lead still. 1-2, nice fastball from Alexander to get strike 3. 1 out. The first pitch to O'Neal Cruz is going to be a sweeper down, ball 1. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nice pick by Berger. Drops it, and it's a guy on. Defense has been rough. Defense has been rough. It's another error. That has to be an error. That's not a single. Cruz was standing in the box after that went down. Berger just ran at it. He should have just fielded it. See, he just had to field that, man. Alexander was already running to first. It's another error. The defense has been really bad, and for how this team is expected to win games with really good pitching and not a great offense, the defense can't be bad, man. The defense cannot be bad. And the thing is, with defense, it's just like mental errors. These guys are making some mental errors, mental mistakes. These aren't tough plays. Brandon Lau up. First pitch, cutter up. And guys are carrying over bad at-bats into bad defensive play, which you just can't have. Cruz might steal. Next pitch is a sinker at the top of the zone. Strike 1 to Brandon Lau. One and 1 to Brandon Lau. And he's stealing. Nice fastball, and he got him. Nice throw from Higgy. Alexander gave him a fastball to make it easier to throw out the runner. And 2 outs now. Nice job. Nice throw from Higgy. That was a really nice throw from Higgy, and Alexander gave him a fastball to throw. That was just not a good jump from O'Neal Cruz as well. 1-2 now to Lau. Nice pitch, a sweeper at the bottom of the zone to get strike 3. We go bottom 7. Rangers down 4-2. Ashcraft is still out there. That's one of the things that the Rangers are losing when the starting pitcher's coming out for the 7th. Man, if Duran just throws a strike there. If Leiter just gets that slider in on the hands, he has a good day. Leiter just had to get that slider in on the hands, and he ends up being alright. And it's unfortunate for him to step on those bats. I hope he's okay. Alright. Josh Young's up. Gonna have to be a savior for this team. Ashcraft's still out there. Pitch count in a good spot, 79 pitches. Really settled in after the first 2 innings. He really settled in. Second pitch is a fastball out, 2-0. To Josh Young. And it's a fastball at the outside part of the plate. That was a controversial call. But it is what it is. Young didn't challenge it. 2-0 pitch is a sinker in on the hands. And just like that, it's 2-0 to 2-2. From a bad call by the ump. But Young could have challenged it if he's so sure that it's going to be if it's not a strike, you challenge it, man. 2-2. And fastball up, 3-2. I don't know why we don't have a scoreboard up here. 3-2. A slider that Young's going to loft into center field. Is that going to fall? It does. Wow, I thought he hit it harder. Young's got to get back to first, and he does. Nice job by Young. He put the bat on the ball. I thought he easily flew it out to center field with the way O'Neal Cruz was standing, but he didn't make a good route, and the Rangers catch a break there to get a first runner on off the end of the bat. I thought this was a routine fly ball to center. The thing is, Young's usually striking out on that, so it's nice to see him put the bat on the ball. Evan Carter up. Again, runners are going to be on for the bottom of the lineup. Once again. It's like every time. Evan Carter up. Ball 1. Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out for the Pirates. All right, we're back. 1-0 to Evan Carter. Takes a ball. He gets a strike call. I couldn't really tell if that hit the zone. Let's see if it did. That did end up being low. Nice call by Evan Carter to get the count to 2-0. That was a nice job by Carter. Big situation. Did a nice job to get it to 2-0. 2-0. There's a strike on the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch from Ashcraft. 2-1 now. Two and one to Evan Carter. Goes with the slider. Nice take. 3-1 now. Ashcraft's been really good today. You got to give, like I'm saying, the Pirates are playing really good, but with the Rangers, you just get frustrated. 3-1. Oh, safe. That was very close at first with Josh Young. Don't know why you would be attempting to steal with them being down 2. There's kind of no reason. 3-1 to Carter. He probably takes here, but I don't know. Let's see. 3-1, and he swings at it. It's probably a strike at the bottom of the zone. He cues it off the end of his bat. We got 3-2 to Carter, and nice job by Carter. Works a challenge. And it looks like he didn't challenge in time, but he struck out and he challenged that. It was kind of right after. He didn't wait too much time there. He didn't waste too much time there. I think that's bad from the ump. He said strike 3. Carter did like a slight head tilt, and then he challenged it. I don't think he waited that long. I mean, now he's not going to give the challenge, but it's really unfortunate. Nothing's going right in this game, man. That was a clear ball. It was a clear ball. The thing is, he makes a late strike call on it. He does a little head tilt for... I mean, what's the rules? Like, how many seconds does he get to challenge that call? That's so unfortunate. You could have had first and second, nobody out. Oh my gosh. This game has gone to rot. 1-0 to Higashioka. Dude, you could have had first, second, nobody out there. 1-0, 2-0 now to Higashioka. Two and 0 to Kyle Gashioka. Takes a fastball down the middle. 2-1. I feel like Carter did not wait that long to be rejected of a challenge there. This might be last hitter for Ashcraft, and it doesn't matter because he's going to get a double play. What a sequence of events, man. You had it. You got two guys on with nobody out. I can't believe the ump didn't give him the challenge there. It's just so unfortunate. Then you would have got a Higashioka bunt, and you don't know where the inning goes. I can't believe they didn't give him the challenge there. That's so unfortunate, man. I feel like he didn't wait that long to be... He didn't wait too long, man. I just don't think that Carter waited long enough for that call to be... Like, I think he didn't. It was so obvious it was a ball four. He's walking there. They made a late call on it. He makes a late call on it. He does like a slow head tilt and then taps his helmet. Like, it is immediate. But you get the intention that it's immediate. He's not like unsure. That changed the whole inning right there. So unfortunate, man. This game has just gone so bad. And still the offense is inconsistent. I think he had time to challenge it. He did it in time. Does it have to be right after? If it has to be right after, fair enough, but you saw the intention. I feel like you could have given it to him there. That's a bad break. That was so obvious a ball. That was so low. We got Gavin Collier on. First pitch ball to Brian Reynolds. These last 3 innings could have gone the other way, but this is another one of the Rangers games where we're going to look at it as probably should have won. Nasty pitch from Collier. Two one to Collier now. Two and one to Brian Reynolds. Fastball down the middle. Should be an easy made play, and it is. You think, man, that 6th inning, you need to score a run. That inning, you could have had first and second, nobody out. Yeah, it's a tough break. So apparently, yeah, I'm looking at tweets. So apparently, you just need to challenge it right after, and as Collier hits Ozuna, and that's going to be a guy on first. Collier is a little bit wild, that's for sure. Yeah, but looking at tweets, apparently you have to challenge right after. Carter thought that was a ball, but the thing is, he's of course going to be out of the box because the ump made a late call. I guess he immediately just had to tap his helmet. That was just such a bad break. Got on first, one out. Collier is just very wild, man. 1-0. Next pitch, that should be 2. Such a slow throw, but they get it. They get the job done. Nice hitting from Collier. Gets some big double plays. Big ground balls. Bottom 8, Rangers down 4-2. That was such a bad break. You look to the bottom of the 5th, you could have scored. Had a guy on second, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, you could have had first and second, nobody out. It was just an unfortunate thing that happened there. And then in the top of the 5th, if Leiter just makes one good pitch to Lau, just makes a slider that gets in on his hands, he probably gets a swing and miss there. And then none of this happens. Or if Duran just throws a strike to the plate. Or if Nimmo just doesn't make a really bad throw. This is a frustrating game, man. Looks like because... Yeah, but you need to challenge right after. It is what it is, man. I'll stop talking about it. It's unfortunate. They need 2 runs in 2 innings. Can the Rangers do it? They're not a great comeback team, so chances are they won't, but we keep watching. We're root for them. And it's a lefty on the mound for the Pirates. I think that's Gregory Soto. Good lefty reliever. He's been really good this year. Wow, those numbers are nasty. It looks like it's going to be Soto and then Dennis Santana, who's also been really nasty. Are the Rangers going to go to the bench here? I'd assume so. Is it going to be Haggerty off the bench, or are they going to go with McCutchen? They are going to go with McCutchen. He's going to get a chance off the bench. McCutchen's been swinging and missing a lot. When he puts the bat on the ball, he's done positive things. It's just the swing and miss has been really rough for McCutchen. He's had to adjust to a new role of being this kind of bench player, which is tough from getting everyday at-bats. So let's see what he can do here. Nasty Gregory Soto spikes a ball in the dirt for ball 1. One and 0 to McCutchen. Chopped foul. 1-1. Got a fastball down the middle. Chopped a foul. Soto's known for being really tough against lefties, so he's going to get Nimmo and Seager. One and 1. Nice pitch from Soto, and I don't know. They're giving him that? It was after the pitch. They're going to give him that ABS challenge? It was a ball up still. 2-1. But it felt like the freaking play was over. If they're going to give him that ABS challenge, then they'd have to give Evan Carter his ABS challenge. Anyway, 2-1. I'm done with it. 2-1. Sweeper inside. 3-1 to Andrew McCutchen. Hits it hard. Connor Griffin with a nice play, but when McCutchen beats it out. Nice at bat by McCutchen. Took a really nice swing, hit it in the gap. Nice job by McCutchen to beat that out. That was a nice play by Griffin as well, but that was a great at bat from McCutchen to hit that in the right spot. Hit that in the right location. That was a crazy good play from Connor Griffin. McCutchen still has wheels, though. Or not wheels, just can run a little bit. First pitch ball to Duran. And the pitching coach is going to come out here for Soto. Or is it just the catcher meeting? One and 0 to Zeke Duran. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Duran slashes it foul. 1-1. One and one. A sweeper a little bit up. 2-1 now. Two and one to Zeke Duran. Assuming he's going to get a fastball here. 2-1. Fastball in. 3-1. Three and one to Zeke Duran. Fastball down the middle. He's going to flare that foul. It wasn't down the middle. It was actually up and away. It was a nicely located fastball. We got 3-2 now. Soto's known for having really nasty movement on that fastball. 3-2 now. Three and two, gonna come with the fastball here, assumingly. No, he does go with the sweeper, and that was nasty. Yeah, I'm sure Duran was sitting on the fastball there, but Soto made a really nice pitch. 1 out. Yeah, he went with the sweeper. He hadn't been locating that the whole time, and then he found it right there. That's tough for Duran. You can tell he was sitting fastball. Pitching coach is coming out again. Oh my gosh. That was a really good pitch from Soto. They're gonna need Seager and Nimmo to come up. Nimmo and Seager to come up big. Nimmo and Seager have not had a lot of chances with runners on, so they're gonna need them to come up big time. Nimmo has not had a good day at the plate and in the field. Had a really rough day. Hopefully he can put his signature Nimmo professional at bat hat on. But it's really tough. Soto is really nasty on lefties. This is the main reason Soto's been in the game. First pitch. Line drive into the gap. Hopefully that can get through. And McCutchen needs to score here. He's not going to get the wave. But that was a really, really well-struck double from Brandon Nimmo. A fastball at the bottom of the zone. Does a signature Brandon Nimmo swing. Takes it the other way. I don't know if Kutch could have scored on that, but maybe he didn't get a great read on it, but that was clearly going to hit into the gap. Yeah, nice swing from Nimmo. That did go right to O'Neal Cruz. He read it well. This is the Rangers' chance, it feels like. Corey Seager. First pitch slider away. Ball one. One 0. Infield's back, so a ground out would get a run in, assumingly. Seager chases. Seager's been chasing. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been really patient at the plate. I think Soto just has to keep doing that. One and one. And another sweeper, a little bit too high. 2 away, 2-1 now. Two, 1. Wow, nice fastball. 98 with the fastball. Just blew it by Seager. This is one of those games, man. This feels like one of those games. I hope one of Seager or Berger can come through, but it feels like one of those games. 2-2. Goes with the fastball, blew it by him. Two really great pitches from Soto. Seager is not locked in, unfortunately, so that's just what's going to happen. It's one of those games, man. It's just one of those games. Really great pitch from Soto. He hadn't thrown the fastball at all in this inning. Soto's going to get the chance to face Berger here. First pitch sweeper down the middle. Oh my gosh. This game should be tied. If you look at the freaking bottom of the fifth and this inning, Soto made some great pitches, but you need to get the runs in. 0-1. Fastball away. Looks like he's found the fastball. Technically Soto didn't throw any pitches in the zone there. I think if you're Seager, you just need to take until he throws a strike. 1-1 to Berger. Oh, he got a pitch there. He got a slider in the middle of the zone. He could have flared for a base hit, but he missed it. This is the most Rangers loss I've ever seen. Just keep squandering opportunities. 1-2 to Berger. Did he chase there? He didn't chase. 2-2 now. Man, Nimmo with a really great at-bat. I feel like if McCutchen is a faster runner, you could have got him in there. Berger just barely held up there. Two to Berger. Goes with the slider, and that's going to get down, and 2 runs are going to score. Nimmo needs to score here. Nimmo does score. Wow, great approach from Berger. Gets a slider at the bottom of the zone, bloops it into center field. Sorry. Wow, great AB from Berger. That was such a great approach on that ball. A sweeper. It was a sweeper at the bottom of the zone. A perfect pitch from Soto. And he just gets it off the end of the bat, but hits it in the right location. These are the type of at-bats you want to see. Great AB from Berger. It looked like this game was over. And Berger brings it back. Well done from Berger. That was a great at-bat. And Sam Haggerty's going to pinch hit for Jock Peterson. So now Peterson and Smith are not in this game. It looks like Ozuna is going to come in for McCutchen then. Ozuna will play left field, and then Duran will slide over to second. First pitch from Soto to Haggerty's a ball. But then you go back to the fifth inning. You could have had the lead if you just go back to the fifth inning. Had a guy on second, nobody out. 1-0. Nice sweeper from Gregory Soto. Haggerty hasn't looked the best at the plate lately. He has not. He's kind of on this team to hit lefties, and he really hasn't been hitting lefties. 1-1. Another sweeper, a little bit out from Soto. Man, that was a great approach from Jake Berger. Didn't try to do too much, just lined it up the middle. Even though he didn't hit it hard, he landed it in a nice spot. 2-1 to Sam Haggerty. Fastball, nice pitch from Soto, 2-2. Two to Haggerty. Is he going to go sweeper here or fastball? Sweeper, dotted at the bottom of the zone. That's going to be strike three. Haggerty hasn't looked great. But you love that the Rangers tie up the game. Top 9, 4-4 tie. Who are the Rangers going to go with? They have a lot of options. That was a great bet from Berger. Great freaking approach. That was a good fight from Berger, man. Great fight from Berger. That was just a great AB. And then you go back to the 5th inning and the bottom of the 7th inning. You could have had runs there. You could have had a lead going into this 9th inning. You also look back at the Nimmo error. You could have had the lead going into the 9th inning. But you're just glad that it's tied now. Do they go Junis here? Latz, Beeks? I think you go Latz and you save Junis for the extras. That's what I think. Although it was tied in the 9th inning against the Dodgers, and then Latz gave up a homer. But I think lefties probably work better against this lineup. I think that's what I want to say. I think you go Latz here. Let's see who's going to go up for the Rangers. It is Cole Winn. I don't know how much I like it. I feel like a lefty would be a better matchup against this Pirates lineup. I don't know. Winn's been very shaky. His location's either there or it's not, so I don't know what type of Cole Winn we're going to get. Man, I'm scared about this. I can't lie. I cannot lie. Nick Gonzalez up. First pitch, fastball by Gonzalez. Nice pitch, 96. Looks like McCutcheon's in the field. McCutcheon's going to be playing left field. And Duran's going to play second. I thought McCutcheon would be taken out for Ozuna, but McCutcheon's going to play left field. 0-1 is a slider. Not close. 1-1. Scary times. I don't know what type of Cole Winn we're going to get. 1-1, fastball up. Need to attack here. Walks can't happen. Whew, I'm nervous. 2-1 pitch to Gonzalez. There's a fastball down the middle, fouled off. 2-2 count. Does he go splitter? Does he go fastball, slider? Don't know. 2-2 to Nick Gonzalez. And he goes to the fastball, fouled off. Pirates have been putting these grindy at-bats together all night. All night they've been doing it. Fair play to them. 2-2 now. Dude, I am so nervous. Why am I so nervous? 2-2 to Nick Gonzalez. Goes with the slider a little bit in. Oh, they're gonna challenge it. I don't know if it touched the zone, but it's worth challenging. It's close. Let's see. Yeah, that's very in. Maybe both Higgy and Winn challenged that pitch, I think. Or was it just Winn? But 3-2, need to get a strike here. Yeah, both. Oh, no, it was just Higgy. It wasn't Winn. Winn was just adjusting his hat. 3-2. Hit in the air. Is that going to stay in play? It doesn't. Man, the Pirates have just done such a good job at grinding out these at-bats. It's unbelievable how well they've done. Rangers can't put away hitters. I think you just have to come right at them here. I think you need to have Lats ready for the top of the lineup. I do not want to see Wynn facing the top of this Pirates lineup. Or Beeks, or just a lefty in general. Or it'd just be Beeks or Lats. 3-2. Comes right at him with the fastball. Another foul ball, man. These Pirates have just been grinding at bats all night. I think you just have to keep coming at him with fastballs. Because I don't think you can risk walking him. I just don't think so. 3-2. A slider. He's going to bloop that over. Man, that was a good pitch. I think it was a cutter. That was a good pitch in on the hands, but Nick Gonzalez puts together a really good at-bat. You know, what's fair is fair. Last inning, Berger had a bloop. That's a bloop. That was a really good at-bat. Fought it off. Scary times here. Lats needs to be warming up for the top of the Pirates order. You cannot have Wynn face the top of this Pirates order. I just don't think you can. Scary times. First pitch is a slider inside. Wynn does not have that slider on lock right now. I would have gone Lats in this situation. I don't know. 1-0 to Horowitz is a ball up. 2-0. And it's getting scary. Need to attack. The more base runners, the worse it gets. Fastball down the middle. That's going to be runners at first and third with nobody out. And it's scary. I would have gone to Jacob Lats here, man. I just would have. I think this Pirates lineup against lefties is worse. And Lats looked so good yesterday. You could have gotten Lats here and then Junis in the 10th inning. I don't really agree with going with Wynn in this situation. And the Rangers are in a tough spot. Do they have anyone in the pen ready to come back up? If for the top of the lineup? Looks like it's going to be a pitcher's meeting. There's Schumacher's coming out. It's first and third. They can't do a pitching change here, so I think Schumacher's just going to talk it out with them. I would have gone to Lats in this situation, man. I wanted them to go to Lats. Props to the Pirates, though. They've been putting together great at-bats. Infield in against Connor Griffin. First pitch, checked his swing, and he did go. So strike one. Jalen Beeks is in the pen. I assume he's going to come on to face the top of this Pirates lineup. If it does go to them, and it probably will. 0-1 to Connor Griffin. Goes with the splitter, gets a chase, or a foul ball, 0-2. I think you try to go slider. You need to get a chase here. I would not throw... I think you have to throw two pitches not in the zone. Oh, and 2 to Connor Griffin. Challenge that. Yep, nice. Nice pitch from Cole Wynn. Fastball at the bottom of the zone. He was trying to go up, but he ended up locking Connor Griffin with that fastball at the bottom of the zone. Really good pitch. Now it's Henry Davis, who put together a really good at-bat in his last one. That was a really good pitch from Wynn. Whew. Got Henry Davis now. This should be, or no, it's Jake Mangum. Are they going to go to the pen? Or no, they're just having a meeting for it. Mangum was killing the Rangers yesterday. It feels like Mangum will do whatever he can to get the ball into the outfield. This is a scary at-bat. Are they going to go Beeks against him? I feel like, is Mangum worse against lefties than righties? I think that is a thing. But I think Wynn is going to get this batter. Mangum was really good yesterday, man. He was just punching balls in the center field. Stress time. Mangum's been really good, man. He's been getting the ball into the outfield like a champ. First pitch is a cutter down the middle, fouled off. The Rangers also don't have a great arm in the outfield. Carter's good. McCutchen and Nimmo are not don't really have great arms, so Rangers are playing about half deep. They'll go to home or they'll get the double play. Oh, and 1. Next pitch, nice fastball from Wynn. At the top of the zone, Mangum's a little bit behind it. 0-2. Two really good pitches here. But this is where it gets tough. Mangum can be really tough with 2 strikes. He's just gonna keep on battling. They got a fast runner at second. Oh, 2. Fastball up. Nice pitch from Wynn, but nice foul by Mangum. That's what he's going to do. I don't even know what pitch Wynn can get to get Mangum to swing and miss on. I think you just got to pray that he hits into a double play. I think Mangum's going to put the bat on the ball for this. 0-2. He puts the bat on the ball. Runner coming home, and it's a bad throw from Young. And the Pirates are going to get the lead. Mangum just does that, man. He puts the bat on the ball, and when you put the bat on the ball, good things are going to happen. That's a tough play for Young. He hit that right off the end of the bat. It hit right off the plate. Catches it. If he makes a good throw, but the runner's in the way, so he can't really make a good throw. He was in a tough spot there. That's really unfortunate because Young was just not in a good spot. Maybe he had to run to get into a good spot to throw. That's just so unlucky, man. Cole Wynn looked all right. I would have gone to Jacob Latz in this situation or Beeks. I just feel like this Pirates lineup is worse against lefties. That's just really unfortunate. He got the slow chopper. That's what Mangum does, man. He's going to do whatever he can to get the bat on the ball. That was a really good pitch from Wynn. I thought he pitched really well to Nick Gonzalez. He just flared one into the outfield. It was a good at bat by him. And then he fell behind to Spencer Horwitz. And for Horwitz, I would have gone to a lefty. I think you had to go with either Beeks or Latz to start this inning. I think this Pirates lineup has looked worse against lefties. And I would have gone with one of the lefties in that situation. That's so unfortunate. Let's see if Jalen Beeks can limit the damage against the top of the Pirates order. I didn't like the move to go to win there. I just didn't. Horwitz is the best hitter there. I think you had to bring in a lefty to start that inning. But this is danger time now. The lead could really get away from the Rangers here. First and second, one out. Jalen Beeks to O'Neal Cruz. A little slider for strike one, or cutter for strike one to O'Neal Cruz. Oh my goodness. Is that gone? That is off the top of the pole. And this game is over. He absolutely crushed that. This game is over. Pirates are up 8-4. Game's got away from the Rangers here. I mean, it was a cutter right down the middle. I don't know what Beeks was doing right there, to be honest. And that ball was crushed from O'Neal Cruz off the top of the pole. And, yeah, I'm not going to watch the ninth inning because the game's pretty much over. 8-4. I mean, there's no chance. Maybe me ending stream will give him some good luck, but that was absolutely crushed. I appreciate everyone who joined. I apologize for the technical issues earlier. Hope that the Rangers can come back tomorrow and take the series. This is a game where I thought Leiter looked good. If he just made a couple good pitches, if he just got that slider into low, I really thought he could have got that out. If Duran makes a really good throw, then you get the out. That fifth inning was just an entire dump. You like the offensive fight at the end, but they also squandered opportunities. And then in that inning, I would have gone to Jacob Latz. I don't know why Jacob Latz wasn't in for that inning. It's unfortunate. Rangers are going to lose this game. But